What is up, y'all?
Hey
We are going
guys.
into some more UK memes. I think it's USA versus UK memes. The last one was hilarious, and y'all gave us great feedback. Y'all enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. And we want to see some more because I left our jaws dropping on the last ones. If you new, hit that subscribe. We're trying to hit 100K before the end of this year. Also, hit the like notification bell because we do upload daily and you don't want to miss this content.
USA is the best country, and everyone wants to live here. No, you're wrong. European countries are better. Aurora, penguins, and peace. I should live in Antarctica. Why can't you just be normal? Screams in Fahrenheit. Me.
Really?
How old were you? American? Oh, I was a freshman. Me, a European. I still have no idea how old you were. Someone from the UK. I'm in sixth form. Me. How many regenerations do you have left? Someone.
Oh my God.
I personally think the US has good European typing.
Wow.
European houses resisted the biggest storms, built out of concrete and stone, built for eternity. American houses. Help, there's some wind. You guys are disrespectful and don't deserve to win. You are doing the same thing. Stop hating us. Europe is fighting each other again. Nice. European
Really?
wars. Try that again and I'll break your other hand as well. American wars. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah, American walls, you're going straight through them. American doors, you're going straight through them. A lot of stuff.
Unless they're like good ones.
You know what?
Some people buy good doors.
One thing I learned is like UK when it comes to y'all housing, like it's like y'all just stuck with the formula throughout y'all entire lives. Where America, like I said, the older homes are built great. Like my grandma's house probably is built better than most modern homes today, and my grandma's house was probably built in the 1920s. Let that sink in. But like the newer stuff, it's just cheap and it's crazy. If you ever been to America, like. This probably be the weirdest thing to put on your bucket list, but just go visit a model home and just walk through it and tell me what you think. And then grab a flyer and look at the price sheet and then just walk through it and you tell me what you feel the pricing should be. Because I guarantee it's probably going to be $300,000 more than what that cheap piece of paper is worth.
My friend came back from the UK today, and this is the only picture
Wow,
he took.
where is
American
that?
food. This is real. We have stuff like this in stores. When telling the temperature, it's important to know that degrees Celsius stands for correct, and F stands for fake. I think you mean can't land on the moon, and landed on the moon. Everyone on Tumblr is screaming about Area 51. Me, a European. US house damaged by wind. Austrian house damaged by a 10-ton massive...
That is insane.
No, you can't just cool your house. It uses too much energy. AC go pip. Please help
Really?
him. He is injured. Does he have insurance though? I wish I lived in Europe. You can literally ride a bike for about 20 minutes and end up in a different country with a completely different culture. If I ride a bike here for 20 minutes, I would just end up at another
Right,
Walmart.
or
Another
Walmart, or
section of
McDonald's.
Walmart. Okay, that's cool, but in America you can get 100 McNuggets for $25. Healthcare in Europe versus healthcare in USA. It's okay, we're gonna figure this out. You have money, right? How Americans see their beer versus how Germans see their beer. A European waking up early. A new problem in the US.
Oh
Wimpy
my
US
gosh.
outlet. Chad Europe outlet. This post was made by the EU gang. How I sleep at night with my European superiority complex. Europeans after a 5-hour car trip to visit another country. Americans after their weekly 5-hour car ride to the
Oh
grocery
my
store.
gosh.
Europeans. American food is so unhealthy. Also Europeans. Breakfast. When you're from Europe and you're losing an argument against an American. At least I have healthcare. President of America. Meanwhile, the president of Portugal.
Chilling.
is just
Taking
chilling.
pictures?
Haha, I built tall building. No, tall buildings will hide our beautiful and historical architecture. Asia and America. How many tall buildings do you want? Yes. Americans, when asked their opinions on 90% of European countries, what is this? Americans with England or France. Americans with Ireland for whatever reason. Let's go! Europeans calling Americans stupid for not being able to name half of the countries in Europe. Europeans not being able to name half of the US states.
Oh.
I'd like some freedom and a side of liberty, please. Europe,
Wow.
but without the cringe. You know, in Europe, it's not customary to tip, and they write the date with the day before the month. That's pretty neat. I can respect that. No, you can't just use month, date, year. French friend. Well, the total cost of me going to med school is about 406 a year. 1,000? No, euro.
Ah!
It sounds a little high, but it covers the costs of my textbooks, extra classes, and most of my housing. How much is it for you? That's $459. What the
That is crazy. You know, it makes me think like when they put this pricing out here, like what if there's like somebody that's like just super smart, but they can't afford to become a doctor?
Wait, that's not big of a difference though.
It's not.
406 to 459. Oh wait, I think because never mind.
1,000.
Yeah, I kind of read that wrong because it's $500
So they're just producing doctors.
for school. With us, it'd be 400. 100,000.
We might just have rich idiots as doctors, and like the real doctors are the ones that were just couldn't do
That's
it.
crazy.
That's
for the
probably what it
year.
is.
What the hell? European to American friend. Happy birthday, bro. American. Dude, my birthday is tomorrow. European. I am 4 hours ahead of you.
Really?
Europeans, when they find out that America is only the 12th most obese country.
For real?
Americans saying Van Gogh is pronounced Van Gogh. British saying it's pronounced Van Gogh. It's a Dutch name, and Dutch pronounce it as Van Gogh. Meta is
So we all saying it wrong.
shut down Facebook and Instagram in Europe. This company is falling apart. If they close Facebook, the average IQ in Europe would probably go up by 50 points. Italy bad. No, we have the best country, best food, best football, best landscape. Screw you. Italy is bad. True. Wait, do American people not call their friends mate? Is this a thing? Yep, I'm sure some do, but most people just say friend, which is boring, but whatever. Wait, so you go up to your friends and be like, hello friend, we use names. In some regions, it is customary to greet our friends with affectionate pet names, like done. Making a house with proper equipment? Nah, let's just use this. Americans. I just finished high school. I think I'll become a plumber so I can earn 70k before I'm 25. Europeans. I just finished my PhD in computer science. Will anyone pay me 30k? Makes
That
fun
is
of the United
crazy.
States all the time. Gets all defensive when you make fun of Europe. Americans cooking. Add a cup of flour. I don't know, it says add a cup of flour. Should I pack it a little? A lot or not at all? Europeans cooking. Add 120 grams of flour. Done. I wish my parents were rich so I can
You
run
know what's
around
so
Europe
crazy?
telling people I'm trying to find myself.
I will admit, ever since I started like baking bread and my bagels and stuff like that, I have realized that measuring by grams is so much easier than how we measure by cups and everything. It's just so much easier. I don't know why, but I feel like I get that one. Like when it's like measures, I'm like, no, let's convert this to grams. It's just way easier.
Yeah, I can see that. No, my sourdough I've done.
Yeah, because
Right,
we
yeah.
do grams for sourdough and stuff. It's like easier. So imagine if we did like cups and stuff. It's just
That's
kind
very
of
true.
like.
Myself. If you ever think American stereotypes are over the top, remember that my mum just made me an apple pie because I'm moving out of the country on Friday, and my bedroom is going to be turned into an eagle sanctuary. Person, what's living in America like? Me. I feel like I need to go to a mental hospital, but I don't want to throw my family into years of debt. My wife asked for a latte in Rome, and she was given a glass of warm milk. Yes, because Italians call it cafe latte. She got what she asked for, milk.
Wow.
America is just all the people Europe didn't like.
Oh.
I guess you could say they were all American regions.
Really?
You just favored
I was born
British
here.
side, slightly lower Australian side, Canadian apology, unwarranted American Declaration of Freedom, European scream of shut the hell up, America, Asian confusion. Ancient Europeans were lactose intolerant. They drank milk anyway, study finds. This is so funny and so human. Americans when Europeans make fun of them. It's okay. Europeans when Americans make fun of them. Europeans
meme give me
normally
every time.
can't stand Americans. Europeans when they play Grand Theft Auto for the first time. Now I am become Florida man.
Oh my gosh.
Dear America, these are not smarties, these are smarties. Get it right. Sincerely, Europe. Thank you, kind soul. And Australia, mate. Dear Europeans, this is not a biscuit. This is a biscuit. Sincerely, the guardians of breakfast and freedom. Wrong. Lies, lies, and slander. We're experiencing heavy snow. Massive snowstorm. Damn, more vodka. Looks like spring, eh? Banging my fists on the table. The cashiers have chairs. Cashiers don't have chairs where you live. In America, if you're not standing, you're not working.
Yep,
In Europe,
that is
if you're
cold.
working, you're working. Chairs help you. What the hell is up with America? Hold on. People in other countries get to sit while working. America needs.
And we say that because I remember when we first went into Aldi's or Aldi's, I don't know how you want to say it. They sit in a chair at the register, and we're like, what?
I'm so amazed that America even let that slide over here. So the owners, I wonder if the owners are just strictly from Germany.
Like
and
if
not,
we're gonna bring it here, we're gonna do
Yeah,
it the
you're
right,
not-
the
you're not-
whole 10 yards.
like
yeah.
they got past American guidelines and said, no, you're not gonna have our employees standing because they do sit in
They
ours.
sit
They-
in nice, comfy chairs.
that's probably why
too.
people apply. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna get this job. I ain't gotta work hard. Listen.
But I will say, there is never enough employees. Never for Aldi's.
Yeah, it's always like one cashier.
It's always like one or two, and then that's it. And it's just
That's
kinda
America for you, though.
Yeah.
I guarantee in their places it's not like that. That's
yeah,
America.
that's the only
If
thing.
you walk in any of our stores, you're gonna get one cashier in big stores. Walmart is. Ugh. They went like the crazy thing. Walmart went from self checkout to non self checkout. Then they put it back, and then they went back to like two people at the register. It's like, Just stop.
America needs hope. Not in UK. When I worked at a cafe, I did not sit. I stood like a man. Russia and USA usually. Russia and USA in
Oh.
space. What country is next to the USA? USB. Why are the drinking fountains so short in Europe? Are
See.
Americans even real? Because how can they go to the store? like
Oh
this?
my
That's a
god.
I can't believe Americans don't know European flags. European flags? I don't know many of them. Probably know half. Europe, doctor. Person who kills your ills with pills, then kills you with bills. Americans who use color. British who use color. Me who uses both because English is not my native language. Americans. Gasoline has gotten so expensive.
Oh!
Meanwhile, Europe. Creeper van, old folks van, the most expensive van ride of your life.
Yes.
Americans
Yes.
making 60k annually.
Yes.
Europeans making 60k annually.
Now I need to move over there.
Does this highly depend on which part of America you're from, though.
Every
I know
part at this
California,
point.
You have to be making 150k to just be comfortable.
survive.
Invent a new sport. Everyone starts playing it. Can't even win the championship. Invent a new sport. Nobody cares. Always be the world champ. I gotta admit, I did watch an American football game on my PC. Obviously not in person. It's kind of cool. In movies, when kids sneak through their windows, and I'm just like, why didn't you have screens in your windows? Who doesn't have screens in their windows? What do? Just let bees and bugs and birds and stuff fly into your room? What the hell? Literally just had to Google that. Apparently screens are widely used in Australia, USA, and Canada. In Europe, we deal with stuff that comes through the window.
Why is my
like a
chair
man.
moving?
This is
What
why you-
the heck?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm gonna say is, a bat came into the kitchen and went upstairs. And egg coaches versus football coaches.
I'm over here
European
sliding down, y'all.
protagonist in American movies and TV starter pack. Americans, when they find out that tree farms are called tree schools in Germany.
Aww.
Europe, according to American movies. You know what I hate about American movies? They always make London to look awful. Sewer rats, dirty.
That is
They
true. I
do,
just
they
thought that.
do. In all the shows we've seen, they
London
do.
does always look grimy and dirty. That is true. That is crazy. See, now y'all see. That's how it was in history. They made y'all look just
Grimy
like
and
New York.
dirty. The
the
best.
slums of New York.
Yeah.
That's how they made y'all look. That every
It's just
time.
like why when they're
That is true.
It was
Why
funny
do they
the
do
way
y'all
you were
like
going
that?
Down. I just seen you like, dude.
It's going out. It's been doing that. That's why I got a new one.
I mean, it depends the area. Meta. If you don't let us spy on you, we will leave Europe, Europeans.
Okay.
Leave them. Meta. You think that's cringe? Italian mums wait 9 months just to end up naming their kid Giuseppe. This guy is called Giuseppe. Screw you. Americans, when you call an ambulance after a serious accident, you know what?
Yep.
In Spider-Man 2002, Peter has a radioactive spider bite the size of a golf ball. But instead of going to a doctor, he decides to sleep it off. This is because
Right.
Peter lives in America.
It's like he hates the
Very,
Americans.
very popular opinion. This was the
He's
best.
gonna thug it out.
You can drive 30 hours in Michigan and still be in Michigan.
Damn.
European mind cannot comprehend this. Midwesterners driving around looking for something to do this
I feel
weekend.
like that's like in
America,
That is
California.
crazy.
US, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, Mexico.
Right.
And Europeans see America.
Okay.
Get McScrewed. What do you call a Karen in Europe? An American. Speak American. You got any ranch dressing? USA.
Really?
European forests versus this is not what European forests are like. They are the same as American. How I see Europe as an American. I can't go there, so I'm looking at it on Google Maps. Britain. We need to raise your taxes. USA. How about you, sucker? Star Spangled Ding Dong. I don't
Ding
want
dong.
anyone to take this the wrong way, but Europe is kind of like a miniature America. All the landscape and trees and stuff are small. They're little versions of the stuff we got going on over here. Even your big things like the Alps are so cute. You could put a fun roller coaster up there and make it a little ride for the kids. The only big thing you lot have are obesity rates.
Really?
Okay. Medical debt and carcinogenic diets. The Alps are the biggest mountain range in the world. European culture is hating all other European nations. Like, yeah, we're at peace, we're cooperating, no tensions or anything, but if I have to talk to a goddamn Belgian waffles over windmills, I will annex you. I was back in Texas for literally an hour, and then be prepared for a zombie apocalypse. Sometimes I think American stereotypes are over-exaggerated, but then I remember there is a high school in my town called Independence, so that's
There
why
is a high school in our town called Independence, too.
Remember
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor. European meme starter kit. American bad, America fat, America dumb, America guns. Trying to follow a European recipe? Don't bother, it's bland. Indeed. Doesn't have 20 kilos of sugar, and it's not deep fried. You know
Ooh.
there's flavoring besides sugar and deep frying,
Ooh.
yeah? Like, I don't know, garlic, parsley, thyme. Do Europeans have a spice rack? No, you've never heard of these all common, ubiquitous spices. It's not the United States is #1 in education or anything. Oh wait, we are. Yeah, your source literally puts you in places 7. It literally says that number 1 is
What?
Switzerland.
That's crazy.
I think the fair list everyone can agree upon. Europe over US. No tipping, mountains next to beaches. Beautiful architecture. Great music. Europe, but USA is better. No air conditioning. No coffee.
No
limited
bagels?
overs, no bagels. 50 languages. All drinks served in mini cups. Health insurance is cool because you get to pay a bunch of money each month for nothing. Then if something bad happens to you, you pay a
Pay
bunch
more.
It
Yeah.
changes everything. Do you understand why it trips me out that people can drive over 45 minutes and be in another country? I drive for 45 minutes and I'm in like a city over. I live in Italy and
Yes.
took a day trip to go to Austria and Germany. It's impossible to leave Texas. You will be in Texas forever. Jams, that's sweet and all, but Australia just ate Texas for breakfast. Just found out moose can dive as deep as 20 feet, 6 meters, for aquatic vegetation. Can you imagine like being a diver and you're 20 feet under
moose can dive? Seriously?
And you run into a moose? A moose. This is, by the way, one of the reasons that a regular predator of the moose is the orca whale. What the heck is that? The European mind cannot comprehend this. Chocolate covered bacon. That doesn't even sound nice. So UK surveillance, USA surveillance, Eastern Europe. This is actually really funny. In high
Your
school,
moms know
my
everything.
humanities teacher told us a story about one of the Europe trips he had gone on, with the school a few summers past. So him and the group of kids were in the middle of Rome and the tour guide had gotten lost. They could figure out how to get to some church they were going to see. All of a sudden, one of the students called attention to himself. He says he knows where to go and just starts walking around the streets, taking back roads and side streets, and within 20 minutes they're at the church they needed to get to. My teacher asks the kid if he has ever been to Italy before. He says no,
Wow.
he just knew where to go because he played Assassin's Creed.
Oh my gosh. Well, he learned something.
Spells are very specific pronunciations, enunciations, and wand movements. Fantastic beasts. Just point and shoot, man. It's like British style versus American style. They think all Americans are fat, and yet we win gold medals at the Olympics. We got a few too, even though we are the size of Ohio. America, when the French asked for their money back in 1786,
No.
I declare bankruptcy. Canada, Russia, Japan, China, Europe, USA. Independence from
USA
Britain
was fighting
is
against each other.
celebrated somewhere in the world. On
And they were
average,
monkeys.
1 in 7 days. USA, Michigan, Japan. Damn, this season of New USA is lit. So my stupid butt cancelled my credit card because I saw someone was using it in Europe. But
No,
I'm in
my
Europe,
gosh.
and I'm the only one using it. Me. Are you British? Him. How did you know? Also him.
Ooh.
Americans. How did you know we're American? Also Americans. Midwest foods that would kill a European. Europeans. Go to sleep, Americans. Weapons are part of my religion. Europeans.
done.
Why can't you just be normal? Europe. Screams in 40 degrees Celsius. 7-Eleven announced, bring your own cup day and you can fill anything with Slurpee. American Spider-Man. I refuse to kill anyone. Japanese Spider-Man. He has a gun. Americans. Gas is so darn expensive. Also Americans. Drives a car as big as a World
They
War
do.
II tank.
That is very
Americans
true.
Sharing their opinions in a less cancelable way. Europeans harshly poking fun at every country. America's too easy. Losing pounds in the UK. Losing pounds in the US. All of the US celebrating 420. Me, as a European trying to figure out what month is the 20th. Europeans when Americans don't know where Gloucestershire is. Europeans when they are asked to label a US map for the state other than California or Texas.
Wow.
Languages spoken in European countries, according to movies made in Europe. According to movies made in the USA. Most of us are a hospital bill away from being broke. I'm sorry, is this some sort of American joke that I'm too European to understand? On today's episode of How American Are You? I deep-fried a loaded...
Oh my gosh.
Non-native English speakers choosing which accent to steal for the rest of their life. I have a bloody nose. Mate, we all have noses in it.
Really?
Waiting room of a family court in England. Europeans. I have one job, plenty of blah 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 blah. This is not true though. One job does not... No, this must be a really
Wow.
old meme because we still need to get through jobs just like the Americans.
That is so sad.
Europe is explaining why they are better than America. And that's a fact. Praying for the people in England. What happened there? They lived there. 25-year-old European versus 25-year-old American. It seems like they have their life more in check. American police in films versus British police in films.
Why is that
America.
so true,
We want to
though?
know where you are going and where you are going. Europe, go screw yourself. Everything is confusing. US introduces AI-powered vending machines to sell bullets. This is the most American headline ever. Europeans talking to Americans. Expectation.
Metric system is better and Celsius makes more sense. Imperial system is stupid.
No, imperial system is better. We love inches and pounds. Your system is stupid. Lol. Reality. Lol. You're right. England.
Lol.
It's unfair of the EU to tax people of another country when they have no say. The United States. Whoa. Glove box. USA. Glock box. The fact that Europeans make these memes, while most Americans don't give the slightest damn, is evidence of that being the other way around. Centimeters, kilograms, liters, Celsius. America, crying. Me, a European. Opening Reddit the day after a US presidential debate. Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away? This is me going on Twitter. You guys should see UK Parliament. They're just shouting at each other. Northern Europeans. I apologize profusely for my non-native English. I do hope my impoverished vocabulary won't hinder or devalue our
That sounds very great to me.
Southern Europeans. Hey, speak English very
Why do they
good.
make him look
Honestly,
like that?
anyone trying to speak English is good enough. I don't get people who make fun of accents. I think it's kind of weird and mean and cringe. Unless they're being mean to you, then go for it. They should add trench warfare mechanics to football. This is already the sport where they have 10 severe injuries in 30 seconds to gain 5 yards of wet grass. What more do you want? Europeans to stop pretending this post is even remotely vague about which type of football we're talking about. They should add trench warfare to football and football too.
The old one.
Big fan of calling the original one football too.
Right.
I mean, as long as you're not calling it soccer. Do people outside of US celebrate the American Independence Day? 4th of July. Why or why not? Why would they? Do you guys in America celebrate Red October Revolution?
No.
No, what's that? GBBO. A s'more is basically just an Italian meringue sandwiched between two ganache-covered digestives.
Really?
Really?
Amazing. Every word of what you just said is wrong. I feel like Tumblr doesn't know about the pain and suffering that is English tap water. Girl, there are staglamites inside me. OP lives in the south. The tap water up here is from the springs. It's so clean and fresh and has no staglamites whatsoever. Cope and seethe, southerner. My bones are strong from all the chalk I've been drinking, that I could mull you into a fine paste. You guys are like a 2-hour drive from each other. Disney didn't kill the EU. The EU hasn't done unless you and everyone else let it die. Lucasfilms made the decision to curate new stories, get to know these facts. I spent a good minute staring at this, trying to work out how Disney could possibly kill the European Union. Disney caused Brexit. We Americans act really cocky and mean about freedom to hide the fact our government is crumbling and nobody is actually free, so please give us this one day to be annoying about it. And I feel bad for poor Americans now. A bit like the bully kid who you realize is only acting like that because their parents are cruel and neglectful. Hell no.
That's how we are?
Do you see what it's called? Panic at the...
Powerhouse.
Yes.
Wait, why does the American internet cost like $55? With all this net neutrality stuff, I've discovered that normally internet in the US costs like $55 a month. What? You're already getting ripped off like crazy. I'm getting fiber optic internet for 25 euros over here. That's like $31, $30. I'm gonna check if my calculations were true. 25 euros to USD. It's 27. 55 a month? Huh, no,
Yeah, I
it's
wish.
much more. Comcast, Verizon, AT&T. Love to stick it to the Americans and overcharge for internet. Is America perfect? No, of course not. But do we have furious spinning blades in the drain of our kitchen sink to pulverize wayward food scrap?
Absolutely.
This is cool. I wish we had this. Every single European stereotype is true. Because why did I jokingly say, now you have to buy me a beer, after giving a cig to a German guy? And he went, they are not equivalent in price. Once I asked a French guy at a music festival in Paris for a hit of his joint, and he said, no, I am, selfish. When Europeans travel in America and go to pay the restaurant bill without tip, we don't do that here.
It's just like a culture shock, I feel.
Yeah, it is, but it's funny because it makes America. A lot of these culture shocks make us look bad, as always.
Right.
But also, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was a comment in here, but it kept rolling too fast. It was so many flying out.
I
had
know.
something to
He
say.
was reading fast.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I can
flying
read
out.
fast, but I was trying to understand it too.
But it always results back to American guns. Yeah, that's what it is.
I feel like that's where they got us.
You know, when I outside looking and I look at our commercials, like being in America, like me and my dad were just laughing because we were like we went to like when you go to sporting events. My dad was like, "Who made it? Like you got to sing the national anthem before a sporting event." And I was like, really think about it. He was like, "Dude, we live in America. Like it's American teams playing American teams." And he was like, in every event, basketball, football, boxing, UFC, like they come out and sing the national anthem, and it's like it's all Americans in here. And I was like, I never thought about that. Like, if you really think about it at a basketball game, what sense does it make?
Or why do we have to say the Pledge of Allegiance every time in the morning?
It
honestly
really
don't
don't
remember learning it. I just remember doing
it. Yeah, it absolutely don't make
I wonder
sense.
if they still do that.
And I thought about that. I was like, you know what? Why at a why am I at a basketball game saying the national anthem? But it's America, y'all. It's American ways and American culture. But this is another good one. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thanks for y'all feedback. If you would like to send us a video you want us to react to, it's easier to send it to us on social media. But if you don't have social media, the comment section is there. It's just sometimes we get flooded with comments and just miss them. So be on the lookout. Social media goes directly to us so we can see it right then and there. But thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe.